You know, so much has changed in physics since I studied it about 25 years ago. Whole new fields have been explored, and a lot of what I learned has actually changed. In fact, there's one thing which is in quantum mechanics. Don't worry, trust me, there's a marketing lesson here. With quantum mechanics, there is a new scientific fact, and that fact is this: anything that is observed changes. So by the mere act of observing a experiment of any kind, you change it. And this is really interesting, because if you think about what this means, and we see this every day actually, when we measure particular statistics, they change, and usually for the better. I saw this years ago when we had a huge company. I had a big web development company many years ago, and we had this huge thing. All the team was basically working 7 days a week. They were working on this big virtual campus project during the week, and then on the weekends we were at the footy doing stats. And what was astounding about all of this was that we thought, you know what, if we get everything and we do everything, then I'm going to close the company up and I'm going to take people over to the US for a road trip for 4 weeks. And we did it, and the way we did it was a very young Eugene Ware, who was still at university back then. He actually created a scoreboard, and we were able to monitor how many pages people were able to program each day, and we were also able to be able to see errors. And it was amazing. I've never had a project that was easier to manage, because people self-corrected. If they saw they were getting behind in pages or an increase in error rates, and they saw what the best people were doing, well, they made the changes, which was really cool. What gets observed changes by definition. And that brings me to you. I can't tell you how many times I speak with somebody and they are not taking their stats seriously. They don't check them. If you look at the most common thing, the most common feature of the successful online business people, it's they check their stats every day. Their key metrics, there's usually one metric that matters, and they're religious about it. Most people don't want to check their stats because it's their brain protecting them. The brain doesn't want them to see that the stats are pretty desperate, and so they don't look, which is crazy, because if you start forcing yourself to look, then all of a sudden, you've got a great thing to work better. And guess what? Guess what happens, right? Your brain starts to go, oh gosh, he's serious about this stuff, really? And then it starts to look for things you can do to improve those statistics. And that's what makes it so awesome. So check that out. And if you're watching this video somewhere, make sure you go to the blog, eddale.co, because I've actually got some action steps that you can take with some practical steps in the blog post to let you know what you're able to do there. So it's a really cool thing. Love to hear your comments any times where you had a particular example where you measured something and it gave you some fantastic results as well. So I'd love to hear from you for that. But think about it, measurement. Are you avoiding it? Because if you are, it's the most damaging thing in your business. All right, see you from Sydney. Bye-bye.